Ramone. Tony Ma. Hey Tom. Hey Tom.
It's time.
Tony Ma.
Tony Ma. Are you ready? 3,
Bunch
2,
of
1.
And to get copyright for me quoting that song. So.
Ramonade. We're live. What is up, everybody?
Hey Tom, does this show up on?
Partly, yeah.
I knew it fucking would. Oh, holy shit!
You're live.
Dude, we've even got Sakura behind us. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, mate.
10 out of 10. Yeah, Sophie, we're live. Hey, Sophie, we're live. And I cry sometimes when I'm...
cry sometimes when I'm all alone with Pamela Henderson. You didn't do the testy balls, so I don't know if the fucking chat's working. Good job, Cam. You had one job.
Testes. Yeah, I just heard testes in the chat. What are you gonna know about it?
There it is. Weird, it's coming up way to the fucking side.
Konnichiwa. I mean, hey Stacey.
Hi, Stacey.
How you doing, Stace? Tell Dave I say hi, even though he's at work. I know, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave.
Poor Dave. Constantly working. Poor Stacey has to put up with this shit constantly.
How's it going, Jess? How are we doing?
Oh,
so, Tom.
Cameron.
Thomas.
Yes.
What sick rod vapes do you have this evening?
Rod vapes. Rod
Yeah, what
vapes.
What mods are you using, man?
Rod vapes. I am using the Dot Skunk with the Tobino RDA on top because Tobino is love, Tobino is life. I do have V99 with the Modfather with the shorty cap thing on it, which is quite nice. And then I've got the Karma with the Tsunami 25 on top, and that is all I'm using tonight.
Oh shit, Dave's here. Hey, Dave. And Nikki, what's up? Damn. Yeah, see, I'm the same dude. Like, I've been using regulators all week. So, yeah.
So what are you on
I mean, it's not going to show up, but well, it might show up a little bit, but the Geek Vape blade with the Churchill RTA.
The what?
The Churchill.
The Churchill.
RTA.
The Churchill.
The Churchill.
The Churchill.
And that I believe I've got, fuck, what's it called? Catastrophism. There we go. Fuck, I can actually say it now. It's taken me like months. I'm also still rocking this fucking thing because I do love it. The Dove V, got the Goon 1.5, the Juan 0.5. Juan. Get out of here, Tom. I don't even know what's in here. Okay, no, that's a lie. I know what's in there. The strawberry Ramune. Oh, Ramune.
Ramonade.
And then lastly, the Geek Vape Karma with the Tsunami. And that's got the Kishu Plum, which is fucking tasty. Tom knows.
I do know.
Hey, Anaru, how you doing, baby girl?
Alright, let's get down to it, boys and girls. So basically we have the entire Fusion... What is it? Fusion Juice Japan?
Fusion Juice Japan,
Fusion
MFG.
Juice Japan range. So basically, these are Tokyo Ramune flavors. So they're inspired by the famous Japanese drink Ramune, which is... the reason it's called Ramune is because it comes from an old Japanese mispronunciation of the word lemonade. So it was basically like Ramonade. Yeah, so we have all three of those, and then Cam has the Kishu Plum, which is based off a plum wine.
It's fucking tasty.
Just for reference, this is an actual bottle of Ramune, So it's not going to come up very well because of the green screen background, but there you go.
Slightly jealous, dude. I wish I'd stopped at the Japanese grocery store.
They come with a marble in the top and this little thing that you put on the top and then you push down. Basically, marble drops into the base.
And it carbonates.
And it carbonates, and you can drink from the top hole.
The top hole. I was going to touch it. Dude, I'm so jealous. I want Ramoon now.
Should have gotten some.
Yeah, dude. Totally just slipped my mind. I think the Japanese grocery store shuts quite early. Yeah, so.
Fair enough.
So before we start, guys.
Yeah, before we start, what are we doing?
Hey, Tom. So just so you guys know, the Ramoon, is $30 for a 60ml. The Kishu Plum, little bit more expensive. It's $32.90. Definitely worth the $32.90. I will be picking some more up because it's fucking tasty. Luckily, I lost the bottle for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Otherwise, it would have been gone before the show.
Or else, yeah, pretty fucking much, dude. All right, what do you want to start with, Tom?
I just want to start with the basic OG lemonade.
The Remen Rhyme.
Remen Rhyme. It is the same flavor as like the actual drink, like the original drink.
Yeah.
These guys do make like the same sort of thing. So they do make a pineapple, they do make a strawberry, they make a lychee, they make a grape, they make a whole bunch of them. By far, the grape one is my favorite. Tastes like liquid grape hubba bubba. So yeah, very delicious. Is that Robbie?
Robert, yeah, that is definitely Robbie. How's it going, Robbie?
Robbie.
Cody, how you doing, beautiful? Cody, I'm not gonna lie, your package is still sitting on my desk right in front of me. I'm sorry, I love you.
Useless.
I need to ship that.
Never trust Cam with that shit. Anyway.
The Ramoon. Okay. Whoa, dude, the lemon lime is like transparent.
What? Yeah, the whole bottle because it's light blue, and it doesn't help that. Yeah, see, that doesn't help at all.
Good.
So hit us with that flavor profile, even though it's basically just standard.
Ramoon is okay. So Tokyo Ramoon Lemon Lime is a sweet, sour lemon lime soda, perfect for times when you need to cool off and wind down.
Yeah, Cam.
So, just to put it out there, Fusion eLiquids Japan is renowned for their award-winning juices as well. So, a little bit of insight. They are obviously a very big company.
I want to start off with the smell of this bottle, considering I have one of these sitting here. Like that smells identical to that. Like there is no difference. It smells so beautiful. Just so remedy and rhymey. And in terms
Remini and Rhymy.
the flavor though is different. It is different. It's not the same. It is probably as accurate as you can get it in terms of like in the form of a vape, but it isn't, 100%.
It doesn't have that same kind of almost fizz kind of factor. I think if they put something that gave it that fizz factor,
it's the fizz, man.
Might change it up.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's like,
what RDA are you using? You're using the. Okay, turn down the airflow a little.
Yes, boss. Still tastes the same. You do get that lemon liminess, and it is very much like the Ramoon lemonade. It just isn't 100%, which is not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad juice at all. It's just that getting that accuracy in terms of getting that same flavor would be so difficult in a vape.
Yeah. I didn't really expect it to be like spot on, but it is definitely like. I'm not gonna lie, Tom. I totally vaped with your bottles before you fucking got them.
Of course you did.
The lemon lime, it's good, but it does have obviously it's missing a bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop on over to the strawberry.
Yeah.
So, okay, Cody, you need to fire whoever's writing these descriptions. No, I'm totally joking. So Lariat says Tokyo Ramune Strawberry is a refreshing strawberry soda, perfect for times when you need to just cool off and wind down.
Isn't that the same description for the Remen and
Yeah,
Rhyme?
yeah. It's across the board. I think that's just how they do it in Japan. Who knows? So let's do the same thing. Let's sniff it.
Give it a whiff. Just a little toot toot. That's okay.
See, to me, it does definitely like have that Ramune smell as well. As does the pineapple. I find the pineapple has more of like a Ramune kind of
background to it.
Smell. Yeah.
Smell.
Man, I've been watching too many Vaping Bogan videos. I did share Cody. I sent him the bottles. I just tried his.
He basically gave me the entire bottle minus 10 mils of the...
Piss off, mate. It was like a...
Of the Remen and Rhyme and the Panapura. We're both 10 mils missing, but it's all good.
Pff, it wasn't 10 mils, fuck off, mate. It was like 5.
That was 10.
Oh, fuck. My bad. Alright, so the strawberry subtle, the Ramune in this side, like the lemonade kind of feel, is actually a bit more prominent than I found from the lemon lime.
Yeah.
Same
goes for the
I don't know what it is. Yeah, exactly, Cody. I assume that you guys got it off their website. Not a big fan of like, you know, your basic kind of strawberry vapes, but this, because it is strawberry Ramune, I fucking love it because definitely my favorite Ramune.
What was that?
That as well as the lemon lime.
What was that? You what? You what it?
I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Deep sick.
Welcome to fucking
so yeah, it's a good vape. Out of the whole line, it's definitely not my favorite. Are you on the pineapple?
Is that pineapple? Get it right. You got to pronounce these things right, man. Come on.
But it's definitely up there. It's definitely not my number one. My number one we'll get on to very, very, very shortly.
Yeah, your number one and my number one, but I don't have a number one.
Also, shout out to Vapourium for sending us the full line. As per usual, great sponsors of the show, always helping us out and hooking us up and providing good banter like at Tauranga Vape Day.
Yeah, Tauranga Vape Day was lit. It was lit.
Hey, do you have that slut drop video still? Dude, we should totally do that as the intro for our
shows.
Yeah.
Gotta be the slut drop, eh?
The Jamal drop. We're just gonna call it the Jamal drop from now.
The Jamal Ball drop. Now I can see I'd have to like log in browser source.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. Stuff that.
Hit me with the pineapple uru. So it's a tangy pineapple soda, perfect for times when you just need to cool off and wind down.
Fuck me. Japanese people need to
do a lot of
winding down and cooling off.
They're cooling off and winding down all over Japan. I'm slightly envious. Even though it was fucking freezing this morning. Jack.
So, the pineapple Ramune is, like you were saying with the strawberry. The Ramune side of it is a lot more pronounced. You do get pineapple, more of like a artificial pineapple, of course. You wouldn't be getting the real effing deal here.
The real deal.
The real deal. But yeah, so it's definitely tasty. It's not sweet at all. Like it's not like American juices or anything like that where your mouth is just hit with that super sweetness. Which is a great thing.
I'm a hotbox as fuck right now.
I'm just trying to find something. Give me a sec.
What is it, Tom?
You know what it is.
Yeah. Black and yellow. Black and yellow. Black and yellow. Pine Anaru. Oh,
What?
It's Anaru.
Anaru. Yeah, but Anaru said in a Japanese accent doesn't sound quite right. What in fuck's name is that noise, Cam?
It's me tasting the... Did you just play that?
That's coming through, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, mute, you snob. Alright, it's probably going to be super, super shit. I can try and do it. Let's see if it works. What do we want? Do we want a media source? No, we want window capture. We want window capture.
Window capture.
Window capture will be Google Chrome. Nah, it's not letting it. It's weird. It doesn't like Chrome.
It doesn't like Opera as well, dude. It doesn't like...
Yeah.
You probably have to use fucking Microsoft or Edge, you know?
Edge Sheeran.
Internet Explorer.
Edge Sheeran. So yeah, like the pineapple's not overly pronounced. It's more like a...
Oh, that is loud as shit.
Pineapple and all that kind of shit.
It's
Rip
just...
headphone users, by the way.
Yeah, headphone users, fuck, we're too late time. No!
It's alright. So,
Triggered.
let's begin the next segment of our show. And for this, we will go into a transition. So the next segment of our show...
I haven't hit Keishu, but we'll hit Keishu after.
Yeah, we'll hit...
Okay.
Oh, do you want to hit it now? Alright, we'll hit it now. Oh, shit.
Oh, am I hitting it now?
Fuck.
Am I hitting it now?
Yeah.
So, the
on the screen.
Keishu plum is like a Japanese umishu plum liqueur, highly regarded for its unique sweet and sour taste. Holy fuck. Okay, so don't even stop me on this, just
Yeah, I tried it Vape Day. Jack had some.
So I don't know what it is. I've never liked like plum in general.
Why are you going so
But this is fucking tasty. This is one I'm gonna probably hit up Cody very, very shortly for some more. Holy crap, Tom, you fucked up the stream. It definitely has like that sweet, almost like a Greek yogurt soury kind of taste. I don't know if you got that from Jack's build, because Jack's build's kind of fucked. It doesn't taste like yogurt, it just has that sour.
Jack's build was what?
Fucked. It was
quite literally,
yes. Your coils. But yeah, it's got a nice florally kind of thing going on. Definitely plummy. Go figure. Sour, almost like a vinegary kind of taste. Sounds weird, but it's fucking tasty. It's different, and that's kind of what I'm about at the moment, is very, very different juices. Kind of bored of the same old shit, so this is definitely something very,
finding the perfect juice, and it's taking fucking long time to even find anything that's remote.
I fucking found it. That's all I've been vaping for like a week, was just Sim.
Molecular did it for me, but I ran out. Yeah.
10 minutes up.
Anyway, moving on. We shall start a new segment. So now we can finally fucking do a transition without mosaics. So this new segment is has been announced on our page, on the show post, and it is called the... Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? That's not what it's called. It should be
it's
called
the When It All Began. We are working on a transition for that, by the way. Just, you know.
Yeah, video production, you know, costs are down. All that shit, you know, it costs a lot of money to do a full-scale production, right? But, you know, whatever. Yeah, so new segment. Basically what we're doing is we're getting people from the community on board, on the show, talking about when they began their vaping journey. And the new segment is called When It All Began. So tonight on the show, we have...
Can you do that again, Tom?
Nah, fuck off. We do have Jack, who should be jumping on any second here, while Cam organizes that, sends him the link.
You could have told me that about 5 minutes ago, Dick.
Oh, yeah, see, you're smart. You're smart, Cam. So, Cam uses his head.
Triggered.
But yeah, so basically we're getting people on explaining their story, how they started vaping, you know, where their journey has led them, you know, what's happened along their journey, which is interesting and all that kind of shit. So every week we'll be putting up a post on the Facebook page, and all you have to do is enter in for the chance to be on with us on Monday nights.
Oh shit! Who let this beautiful son of a bitch on?
We do have a beautiful soul. Let's check everything technical's working. Can we hear you, Jack?
Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you.
Oh,
yes, it's coming through your crap microphone, but yes.
Oh, really? I can change that if you want.
Up to you, my dude.
Is it really bad?
It's not terrible.
Okay, that's fine then.
Sweet, man.
I've heard worse, but...
So, for the people who don't know you, Jack, give yourself a little introduction. Let people know who you are, where you're from, and all this shit.
Well, I'm from England originally, but I live in Dunedin. I work for Vapourium. Been with them for about 3 years now, I'd say. And I manage 2 of their stores. So I manage their OG store on London Street and their South Dunedin store they opened a year ago.
Sick.
Damn. We still need to make our way down there, Tom.
Yes, we do. Jack, you're kind of like half cropped, by the way. Can you move more towards your...
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're
No,
Hey! Sorted.
All right, so, Jack, tell us your story, man. Where did it all begin? What made you want to get into vaping? And then from there, what was the progression?
Well, funny enough, I didn't actually want to get into vaping. I actually always thought vaping looked a bit silly. I've always loved my smoking. I've come from a long line of heavy smokers. It's 35 to 40 a day. Same as my mum, same as my dad, same as my granddad. Just always liked smoking. I used to work at the freezing works, which paid well enough for me to be able to afford that habit. And I quit my job because I hated it. And I found myself quite poor, and I was in between jobs, so I couldn't afford the cigarettes. This is before the prices went up as well, so I have no idea how people afford it now. But essentially, I bought a cheap little e-cigarette for like $20. I got it from a mate originally. It's one of the little pen ones, you know, 3 Max or something like that, or the equivalent of. Yeah, the idea was just not really to quit smoking, but I just couldn't afford cigarettes. Like, it was bad. Like, I was re-rolling on my flatmates' ciggy butts. Like, I'd wait for them to have a cigarette, and I'd go out there and take the butt, the tobacco out and build it up. It was bad, so I knew I needed to do something. And the Vapourium had recently opened up. It was the first vape shop in the country, so it was no new thing. I had friends that worked there, so I approached the place and was just like, if I do shitty work for, like, clean your toilets, clean your windows, that sort of stuff, can you just give me a little bit of e-liquid as payment? And it was no intention of like vaping is the thing that will get me off the cigarettes. It was like when I've run out of cigarette butts or re-roll, I'll use the shitty e-liquid that they give me because they're just giving me old stuff, you know. Yeah, and I remember before I started working for them, they created this flavor called watermelon sorbet. And there's a lot of people know if watermelon's not steep tested before it's released, it can turn quite soapy, which is essentially what happened to them. So they had this massive batch of this e-liquid. And they just gave it all to me for like $20. Like, it was like 500 mils. I just vaped nothing but that for like, I don't know, a month. And all of a sudden I was like, shit, I haven't had a cigarette. This is crazy. Like, and just stopped smoking. That's how I got into the vaping side of it. With the industry side of things, while I was hanging around the shop quite frequently, I went there on my weekends to clean the shop, and I kind of counted as staff, so I didn't really get charged for coffee and that sort of stuff, so I tended to hang around there a bit, just picked up on the stuff, and I remember one day I was really busy, and Charlene, who was the manager at the time, had to go to the bank, and I jumped on the counter to help out, and that was it. Got hired on the spot.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fucking insane, man. What a fucking beginning story.
It just kind of just happened, eh? Like, again, like I really never wanted, this is something I always get through to my customers as well, is that I really don't think you actually have to try with vaping. Like, I don't think you have to build it up and be like, this is the day I'm going to go and get the vape. I can just do it. Just do it. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're smoking on the side, because the vape will take over. It tastes better. It feels cleaner. It doesn't, like, you can do it before going to bed and you don't feel crazy. It doesn't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. And it's cheaper. So much cheaper. It will just happen, eh?
Yeah.
So much cheaper.
So much.
Yeah.
Until you have an expensive collection of mods.
Mine's getting pretty bad.
Oh, dude, same. It's getting out of hand.
So, throughout your journey, Jack, what is your preferred medium in the vaping scene? As in, like, what are your favorite devices that you use on a daily basis? Are you more into you're more into single tubes, or?
Yeah, I've always been a single tubes. Well, not always. I think my first ever vape from the Vapourium was a noisy cricket, believe it or not. It was a little bit, looking back, it's like, that was a bit dodgy. Probably shouldn't have given me that. But it was when I first started. Joe sent me down. Was like, so this is a mechanical mod. This is how serious connections work. Go for gold, and I hard shorted it on the first day. But hey, so I started my first proper vaping experience, aside from like the little pen things, was a series mech mod.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It was like I was on like 12 meg back then as well. It was pretty bad. But it was, once I got my first tube mech, that was it. And so that's it. I've got a thing. I think I've got like 17 tubes now, and still want to buy more for some reason. Like,
it's an addiction.
It is, dude. It's magpie syndrome.
And
I guess to put emphasis on the journey thing, like it's been interesting because when I got the job, it was just a job. Like I'm training to be a counselor.
Yeah.
I used the Vapourium job to support myself while I was studying because it was easy work. I'm like, this is easy. I know about vapes. It's nice and quiet, which it was back then. It was a slow industry back then. And yeah, it just kind of happened. Like shit got crazy busy. I needed to work more. I was working more than I was studying, and then I took a gap year to work more, and just
never looked back.
Never left.
Yeah, I just got really into it. It went from being just a job to a really, really big hobby, and I'm quite passionate about it as well. Like I stopped seeing the customers as just someone that I had to serve because that's my job, and they became like people that I wanted to serve because I wanted to give them the best vaping experience they can get. You know, like kind of passion comes through.
Sick.
Oh, mate.
That's not fun.
Favorite juice at the moment, Jack?
Yeah, favorite
juice.
Favorite juice? Hazeltoff.
Favorite mod?
Probably my midnight timekeeper, the brass nail, to be honest.
Favorite video game?
Maybe a Siege.
Good times.
Good times indeed, boys. Good times indeed. Awesome. Does anybody have questions for Jack in the chat?
Where do you see the chat, by the way? Do I have to have the YouTube video open?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can just read out stuff.
We can just
I'll read them.
Yeah.
Easier that way, anyway.
Sure.
You're right, Cam.
Oh, sorry, I just got a Facebook message. Fuck. Can you hear that, Tom?
I heard it when you hit your mic with it.
That's about it.
I fucking dropped this thing on yesterday. There we go. And compressed the top fucking contacts.
Good job. Brand new mod. Good job.
Brand new mod. 4 days old.
Good job. Jack, what's your view on these Ramune flavors?
I haven't tried them all yet. So I've tried their lemon lime flavor, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. Yes, the Kishu plum, man. That thing is going to get to that. So we get a lot of flavors in fairly frequently. Usually like guest flavors. So there'll just be like some imported range that's doing fairly well overseas, and it'll just turn up in the store one day. And I don't always have the time to go through all of them. I've been slowly working my way through it. So I've done the lemon and lime and the Kishu plum, and Kishu plum is incredible, man. Yeah. When we went up to Vape Day, the Tauranga, I bought a bottle on the Monday and was like, I'm going to leave this in a suitcase. I'll take it to Tauranga with me. And I vaped it all by Wednesday. Yes, I could get another bottle, and like I vaped half of it before I got up off the plane.
Crazy.
It's real good, man. Real good.
Insane. How we doing?
Do you guys like it?
We're perfect for time, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
we got
Jack?
plenty of time.
What was that?
I was gonna say, are you guys enjoying the Kishu plum? I'm assuming you're vaping it right now.
Oh, dude,
He has all of it.
Okay, so I'll put it this way: I lost this bottle for a week and a half.
Right.
Actually, no, it was the week before Vape Day, and I only found it like 3 days ago. So it's about a week and a half ish. Luckily, I'd only vaped a small amount, and it is 0 meg, so it's 0 meg. So luckily it's here, and I fucking love it as 0 meg. So I'm definitely gonna add some nick to it and see how long it takes me to smash it.
Here we go. Here's an awesome question for you, Jack. This is from Anaru. He says, how do you see vaping going in the next few years as an industry in New Zealand?
Big, regulated, and kind of cloudy. It's hard to see. Like, it depends on where the pun intended. It depends. It depends on legislation. Like, I think in terms of the one thing that's going to change the most, and I'm really surprised this doesn't change, is that just being able to buy e-liquid off someone who makes it themselves and sells it on the internet will become a thing of the past, I would imagine. Yeah, I think there'll be regulations against that pretty quickly. I think that's the first thing they'll come down on, just because of like health and safety and whatnot. They'll probably introduce some kind of bare minimum, like a kitchen grade something, which will kind of hurt the industry at first by quite a bit. We'll probably lose a lot of, because that stuff's not cheap. Like getting like an entry level kitchen grade space to be able to do that stuff. Yeah. Like at first it will be a bit shit. We'll probably lose a little bit of creative input in the industry, but in the long run, I'd imagine it'll be good. We'll get, make it through, hopefully.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, yes, there's going to be this whole regulation thing with who gets to make juice and all this shit. Like, it's got to be made in a lab or a kitchen, like a commercial kitchen. Yeah. But at the same time, it's going to be more accessible to a lot more people. And it will... The stigma towards it will reduce heavily. Like, there's such a massive stigma against it right now. Like, I mean, even walking down the street here in Kirikiri, like, people look at you like, the fuck you doing? Even if you've got a mouth-to-lung setup blowing baby clouds, the same as a cigarette, they still look at you like, what the fuck? So, that stigma, I think, once the legislation passes, is going to be a lot less than what it is currently.
There's one issue I have with the whole juice makers disappearing, and that's... a lot of people that do it at home, it's more the R&D innovation kind of side of things. So it's double-edged sword. You're losing, the people who are doing it just to make a quick buck, but you're also losing the people who are R&Ding.
And who are actually producing amazing juices.
That said, though, those people who are producing amazing juices, like, they've got plenty of time to prepare themselves. And also, anyone who's made a good name for themselves who can't afford what might be required in the future, someone will hire them.
Or buy their juice recipes,
And speaking of tightly knit community, I think one of the things that will separate New Zealand from other countries in terms of legislation, because as soon as the laws change, big tobacco's in the game instantly.
Fuck yeah.
And what they usually do, the likes of, like, say, British American Tobacco, is that when they look at Europe, Britain, the US, same thing, they sell those little pod systems where you can't refill the e-liquid. It's a little pod you get from the supermarket or the gas station, whatever, and they're so cheap that no one would consider really getting into vaping when you can try the pod things for next to nothing. I don't really see that happening in New Zealand, just because we've had 4 or 5 years now of a completely self-taught DIY vaping culture. And it's going to be so much stronger by the time British American Tobacco and such as get involved in the industry. They might have just missed a ball on it, to be honest.
Here's another question from Anaru. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
Oh, man. I think that I could say the whole, getting people off the cigarettes and whatnot, because that's obviously a given. But everyone who vapes does that. We all tell our friends. You don't have to work in the industry to do that. The thing that makes me smile the most is, because I'm from the UK, and vaping in the UK is quite different how it is in New Zealand. It's just kind of red light district. You walk into a shop and it's just kind of like LED lights, and it's a bit tacky, and it's a bit kind of. I'm not going to name the stores, but kind of like some of the chain branches that exist in this country as well. It's not. But in New Zealand, there's something happening. People are pushing for a proper service. Like, you can walk into a vape shop not knowing anything about e-cigarettes or vaporizers or anything, and you can literally expect someone to explain everything to you, and that's what I like. I like having someone who's say in their 50s, not very tech savvy, just wants to quit smoking, doesn't have a fucking clue what they're doing, pardon my French, and be able to take them and just walk them through it, inform them, explain to them what the different types of vaporizers. We've got testers, we've got mouth to lung testers, straight to lung testers, and then let them have an informed decision on what the best device for them is. And just seeing that look on their face that they've been given a good customer service experience is my personal favourite. There's a lot of older people, they don't really know what to expect when they go into a vape shop. They flip up and uncomfortable, like they're walking into a drugstore or something.
Well, I mean, when you look on the internet as well, the first thing you see, right, are these dudes who are doing like their little cloud comps and shit like that, and trick comps, and like generally it's a younger generation, and
it's a young man's sport sort of thing.
They're in a fucking black room with lights behind them and pushing some O's, you know, like that's the first thing when you look up vaping anyway. In terms of that older generation, if they're looking into it on like YouTube or something like that, or they come across the reviewers, which most reviewers are good. A lot of them don't tailor to that older market though, in the sense that the language they use is generally pretty vulgar, or you know, their backgrounds are pretty vulgar or something like that, in which case a lot of older generations will just tune out straight away. They'll be like, this is not for me, this is for like, you know, the crazy youth kind of shit. And that's where like in New Zealand I feel like it's a bit better, in the sense that like, for example, the Vapourium store, you go in and it doesn't just feel like what's the word, how can I word this without being cunty?
Well, I mean, overseas you could say that a lot of them look like opium dens.
Or a dingy sex shop, you know? Or, they're not dodgy and dingy looking.
Or hipster central, basically, which is a lot of the like French stores look like a hipster's paradise. And that's where, you know, at least in New Zealand, we've tailored it to the broad spectrum in that sense. It's not just that youth that comes in who's like... Yo.
It's very casual as well. It's not... Like, there are some stores that are very, very professionally set up, but a lot of them are more, you know, casual jeans and t-shirt kind of...
Even those like casual places, like they're really professional in what they do. Because there's still such a tightly knit community, and every vape shop knows every other vape shop, and they see what they're doing. And capitalism is competitive. If you know your competitor's doing something that you're not doing, you're going to start doing it. And because it's so tightly knit, it's just changed so quickly that almost all of them are doing a really good job at customer service. Like they're educating people on safety and performance. Like it's awesome.
It's basically a universal sort of scale.
Oh shit! Anaru's hitting you with all the fucking good questions. Least rewarding part of your job. What is the least rewarding part?
Jesus.
The long hours.
Honestly, I think I choose the long hours. Like I'm a manager. I get to choose my own hours, and I do work a lot. I think I did 107 hours last fortnight. I paid fortnightly, but I usually choose to do that. I can second hours. Least rewarding. Fuck, I don't know. Every now and then you get like really nasty customers. I guess that's just part of retail.
That's retail,
But it's not just retail. I mean, you could be in hospitality, you get the same thing.
Yeah, because we're technically hospo as well, because we're a cafe as well, so we serve coffee and whatnot. So we do get, but it's very rare, to be honest. I'd say, like, I'm not exaggerating, like 95% of my customers are bloody lovely. Every now and then you get like an absolute, you're just out for trouble, really. And, and thieves. I think those two things are what get me. It does happen, but that's not vaping. That's just any kind of retail or hospo or sales job. So you take that out, it's just the vaping left. Not really anything that is unrewarding about it. Really.
Anaru asked, what innovations do you see happening for hardware in 2018? And I'd like to add, what would you like to see happen? Because what you see happen, what would you like to see in 2018 in terms of devices?
I can't wait to see who the hell is going to top the Revenger, because I can still not get over how fantastic that kit is. Like, so many of my customers are using it now, even like 60-year-old ladies. It's so hard to not sell it. It's quite often people when they come in, they'll look at all the different kits that are on there, like Smok, and like everyone is. They're all trying to do the same thing, right? Because for the last year or so, all the mods were the same. It was for regulated entry level anyway, like 200 watts, dual 18650, whatever. Then the Revenger came out with really balanced USB charging and be able to fire as low as 0.05 ohms.
2 amp balanced.
2 amp zip charge as well, and fire as low as 0.05 ohms, and bypass mode. Like, the only person who's tried to compete with that yet is Smok with the X-Prev. And it looks beautiful, that's for sure. The design's on point, but no 0.05 ohm, no bypass mode. Like, they're not.
Snowwolf did it before the Revenger, but the Snowwolf was priced stupidly compared to like
exactly. That's the thing I'm talking. I'm talking like entry level, what's going to be in every vape shop.
I mean,
not like collectible high-end stuff or nerdy stuff, not DNA chips or any of that kind of stuff.
Because I was going to say Lost Vape. Lost Vape are going to bring something out that the paranormal 250C is going to be
it's going to be brilliant.
No, but that's for your vape lifers. That's your high end.
The people who consider it a hobby versus it actually being a means to quit.
Even a lot of people do you consider it a hobby. They're not willing to spend more than like $150, etc. on a full kit. Like a lot of people don't do that. That's what I want to say.
No, of course not.
No, never. No.
Do you have a mod that is more sentimental than it's actually worth that you will never get rid of?
My Noisy Cricket V1.
Hey, is it because it's the first mod?
It's actually my second one. The first one I hard shorted and the batteries vented inside it and I had to throw it out. But they got me a new one. It was a new game, so yeah.
Jack, if you want another one, I can get you a cherry red one.
That's alright. I just want that one. It's still in the box.
And then Shawnee asks, "What's your unicorn mod?"
My unicorn mod.
Like, what is your dream mod? Like that already exists, obviously, because otherwise you wouldn't fucking know. And you really fucking want it, but it's out of fucking reach.
I kind of already got them, to be honest. Like, the only thing, like, I never really wanted like the crazy high end stuff. The only thing I really wanted for ages was a brass Gaia, which I got, or the Midnight Timekeeper, which ended up getting two of. That's it. I want a stacked. I want a stacked Gaia. I want another Gaia.
Fair enough.
Yeah, dude.
Jessica asks, best and worst trends you have witnessed.
Trends. Oh. Yeah.
Oh crap! I guess I didn't like the smock train of
Jesus,
like the year before. That was really annoying because the smock TFV8 came out and it was pretty cool. It was quite revolutionary. It's kind of like the Kanga tanks all over again. Like it just pushed that crazy amount of cloud. Everyone wanted it on it. And then like the aliens came out and it was like holy shit. And then they just kind of got a bit silly. There was like smock sticks and smock stick babies and the baby beasts and the big baby beasts.
It was basically a new mod every week.
The T-Priv and the G-Priv and the G-Priv 2, and just the same thing.
H-Priv, don't forget the H-Priv.
H-Priv, yeah, all that stuff. It kind of got a bit silly. All of a sudden, all my shelves were just covered in smock products.
Yeah.
I was like, don't get me wrong, like, they do some good stuff every now and then, but I don't really like how they get considered kind of the best of their, like, what their market is, and I just don't think that's my least favourite trend.
And favourite?
Shit, man, that's a tricky one, eh? I don't know. Does it mean what you mean by trend, though? I mean,
well, it could be anything. It could be how the community acts as a family. Like it's more than just it's more than just a bunch of vapors. I
think the vape days would probably be
so many smock tanks.
That stuff's awesome, and so I don't get to go to all of them. So Vapourium tries to go to all of them, and we've got a lot of staff members now, so we don't all get to go. We send 2 or 3 each time. So once or twice a year, I get to go to a vape day. And that is kick-ass. I love it every time. I love getting to see all the faces, to meet the people that you've seen through the Facebook groups and whatnot. Like, I've met people who gave me advice on vaping when I first started. I've met people that I just talk shit with on Facebook. Like, that stuff's awesome.
Or play video games with. And
every single fucking night.
Those that don't know, I've only literally met these guys, I've known of them for a while, but it was quite recent. I just posted on a Facebook group for vaping gamers, like, who plays this particular game, and been playing with these guys pretty much every night since.
Pretty much, and having Tauranga Vape Day parties and shit like that. Do you think 21700s will be the way of the future?
I have absolutely no idea. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I'm assuming they're just going to keep bringing out new battery techs all the time anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk and the whole Tesla team are just fucking pumping out. Like, Galeesi, I don't know if you know Galeesi, but they're the ones with the battery with the Aegis. The G35S is the name of the battery, and it's 3,750 mAh and 35 amps. Like, what the fuck? Like, they are pumping out 21700s that are killing it.
It's hard to say, because like when the 2700s started getting really popular, if it really went off what battery was the best, we'd all be using 2700s now.
Yeah. But
we've all been using 18650s for that long. They're that cheap now because they're mass producing that much that I'm using 18650 right now. Like 90% of my mods use 18650s. Even though I know that my 2700 mods are going to last longer, they're going to hit nicer. Like By the time
it's just you have so many 18650s already anyway, and I mean, you know, like that's going back to 26650s. You know, like 26650s are much higher amperage, much higher milliamp hours. Like I've got 4,200 milliamp hours at 40 amps, and that shit's unseen in 18650s. But there are so little 26650 devices. Yet that 26650 was out at the same time as the 18650.
I don't know if there's that much of a market for it as well. With mech mods and high end gear, definitely. But
yeah, but lower end, not necessarily.
No. Most people prefer more subtle devices, like the Revenger. Again, I keep going on about the fucking Revenger. It's
Best trend
small,
ever.
Man. It's so small and subtle, and it's got two 18650s in there. Like any bigger than that, and it probably wouldn't even be selling as well as it does.
Yeah,
like, people like that small, portable, less obnoxious thing when they first get into vaping. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god. With all the different subcultures in vaping, coilers, trickers, DIY, yada yada, if you weren't in the industry, what subculture do you think you would have been most a part of?
AV fuckboy.
I do got a lot of AVs. Although that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't in the industry, though.
That's true. That is very true.
So I think it's more a question of, as you're in the industry, what subculture do you think you would be the most part of? Because I know you build coils, but you buy your coils now.
Yeah, I buy my coils now. Yeah. Thanks. I don't know, really, to be honest. That's a tricky one.
Trick.
No, I don't.
Have you ever DIY juice?
He tries.
No, I never tried e-liquid. Nah, some reason never interested me. I think it's mainly because with the Vapourium.
You got Shah.
She makes everything.
Yeah.
She used to make perfumes, and then before that, she's done this kind of stuff for a long time. So she does everything. So no one really gets access to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll probably just be one of the people on Facebook doing hand checks and talking about latest mods and giving out advice to new people. I'm not sure I'd really fit into a particular.
Basically, an advice giver.
Yeah.
Like an encyclopedia for vapes.
Jack, Wikipedia.com.
Sick, man. All right, man. I think we should pretty much end that segment there. And we can drop into the Karma 2. But thanks for coming on the show, man. And
thanks, Jack. See you very soon for some Rainbow.
As well, just one last word. Anyone out there who's watching this right now who's not in the industry and is thinking about getting into the industry, do it. Like I didn't even want to go in the industry, and I got in, and quite quickly was just with a bit of passion, a bit of work, I was able to go from cleaning windows and toilets to running 2 stores and having shares in a vaping company. There's nothing to lose. The industry's growing really fast. If you want to jump in now. You won't regret it.
Hopping fast.
Sick, man.
Pretty much everything. All right,
Shut Jack.
Cheers.
See you very soon for some Rainbow.
Yeah. Later.
Back over to the other segment.
Transition. There we go.
Tom, do you have your 18650 sleeve? Because I fucking don't know where it's gone. Oh, God, I'm triggered.
It'll be in the box.
I have no clue where.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Geek Vape Karma 2. I
think it's in my bag.
That shit. So the Karma 2. So we've had the Karma 1 on the show before. And we highly rated the Karma 1 as being a great sort of entry into mechs because of the amount of sort of safety with it, in the sense that it had a Delrin sleeve insert, which basically meant that if your battery had a nick in it on the side, it wouldn't short, and all that kind of shit.
Not that you should be using batteries with nicks.
Not that you should, but there was some sort of safety involved with that mech, which was a great
Holy
thing.
shit, now you guys can finally see it because I have decent lighting and a decent camera.
Yeah, because back when we did it, we still had our old cameras. So the Karma 2. So the first Karma, the OG Karma, was 18650. That's it. At that time, that's all that was around. There was no 2700. There was no other batteries. The Karma 2 accepts 18650s, obviously, as it should. And it also accepts 2700s and 21700s. So all of those fit this particular mod. It does come as a kit, so you do get the Tsunami 25, and you do get the actual mod itself. So, in terms of the internals, the old Karma was a magnet. So the button was a magnet button. This one is a spring, so a double spring in there. So it's not the same as the old one in the sense that the push is a bit different.
The throw's different, yeah.
Yeah. But 2700 in there currently. It still has a Delrin sleeve, even though it's 2700. So it's much thinner sleeve than the original one, but it still serves that purpose of keeping you safe in terms of battery nicks and all that stuff. Even though you should not be using it if you have battery nicks anyway, but it is there as a, like, you know, sort of...
I gotta, oh shit, almost lost it. Don't forget, Tom, the little 510 adapter thingadoodle.
Have you put it on yours? It looks so weird.
No, and I refuse to.
So strange. So RRP of this device as a full kit is $79. So you do get the
$79.99.
$79.99.
So 80 from EJB.
From eJuiceBar, which we have to give a massive shout out to for letting us review these awesome kits. Personally, I don't use the Tsunami 25. I fucking hate bottom airflow. Cameron knows this. Cameron uses his. I have only...
It's because he's a messy dripper.
Nah, it's not that. It just, no matter what you do, man, there's like already juice like there, which is gross. It's fucking disgusting. I'd rather have my airflow up the top. This looks beautiful with the Recoil Rebel on top though, so no problem.
Or the Zeus.
Or the Zeus. RTA, single coil RTA from Geek Vape as well, because the color matches and everything just lines up and looks beautiful. They do have a copper version as well, so this whole tube is aluminum. The black one is aluminum. The copper one is copper.
The copper one looks exactly like the OG.
Just a bit taller.
Except, yeah, obviously just a bit taller, and obviously the button is carbon fiber.
On the new one.
Standard velocity style deck. I don't know if Tom pulled off his top cap, but...
There we go. Nice velocity style with some nice dry cotton there. So, quite a big build there.
Jesus.
How's
it so dry, Tom?
Well, it's because I was vaping it the whole time. Quite a big build deck. Like, there's heaps of room in there. I do have some 5-wrap Fraples in there, and they fit with more than enough room to add another wrap or two on each side.
Well,
Cam's
I mean...
got some bigger coils than me in there.
They're fucking huge.
Yeah.
0.14, and...
Yeah, just hit like
this battery's pretty fucking dead.
But still, the mod hits like a brick shit house. It is in the cheaper realm. There's some little things that I would have changed personally, like a magnet in the button.
Or a spare, like a magnet with it. So they give you a spring and a spare spring, but they should have given you some magnets.
Yeah, and that's
I
where
kind of want to test if
that'll fit.
Wonder if the other Karma magnets will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the old Karma magnets should fit. But, yeah, so you do have option of single airflow on the Tsunami. I don't know why in fuck's name you would. But anyway, you do have the option.
Yeah, dual airflow, single airflow. So if you're one of those people that like single coils, I suggest getting a Zeus. But you do have the option, obviously,
but, I mean,
with the
in
RDA.
general, I'd suggest picking up this kit and using whatever RDA you want with it. It is a 25mm, so anything you have that's 25 will... like legitimately sit nicely on it. Anything that's matte black, and if you get the matte black Karma, will look fucking the tits on it regardless.
Well, even if you have the copper version, because it's got the black ring at the bottom, just like the original,
then
the
you
black
put
ring.
Black
it'll
RDA,
just match.
It'll match real nice anyway.
And then a copper mouthpiece.
Maybe, if you're into that kind of gungy green shit in your mouth.
The only other difference between the copper and the black is, I believe, the deck. Yes, no, I do
the
remember
deck
this.
is gold.
The deck's gold. Yeah.
The deck is gold plated on the copper version. The deck is just stainless steel on the standard version.
Did you guys announce the giveaway winners for Armada, by the way?
Did we?
Did we? Not the second one with the no. Yes, that'll happen next week. That's my bad. I was obviously away last week with family.
We did Tauranga Vape Day either because we had Tauranga Vape Day.
Yeah.
So the vent holes are on the bottom.
Sorry, Jess.
There you go. Vent hole photo. Oh, let me hide my face with it so it's focused.
It's still the same as the OG.
So the vent holes are all around the bottom, so it's quite well ventilated as well.
I'm still positive up no matter what. I mean, if it's going to vent, that plastic shroud around it's going to melt, and hopefully it's going to come out.
Well, I mean, there's so much room if you're using a 2700 anyway. If you're using a 21700, it'll be fairly tight. But with a 2700,
it's not actually.
you do have quite a bit of wiggle room around the battery. Like that battery moves up and down. See?
Okay, these batteries are dead as fuck because I was running them in the Geek Vape Blade all day.
The Delrin insulator at the bottom is a spring-loaded Delrin insulator, so it basically adjusts for battery rattle by itself. The contact is silver-plated copper, so the actual firing contact. So you do get a quite decent.
Anaru, 21700. You know, 21. So let's pop her open. I do actually need to put these on charge because I really want to test them in the mech a bit more. They are the 3-leg, which I'm assuming are just rewrapped iJoys, which are 24 amp. So as you can see, there's a lot of room still.
Even with a 21700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the 21.
Yeah.
Still plenty of room. I mean, also if you do have 2700 battery cases, they do fit.
Sick.
The only one they do not fit in is the broadside and the iJoy silicons. Well, they do fit, but they're fucking tight as shit.
Yeah, that's alright. So yeah, it's a very nice sort of the category I put it into is probably your first mech. It's like baby's first juice bottle, same kind of thing, but for vapors.
Baby's first juice bottle.
Yeah,
so it's silver plated copper. Decent quality. The only place that there's actually copper exposed is inside my threads, which doesn't faze me. I mean,
won't deteriorate.
It still hits.
And I mean, you do have exposed copper on the bottom, but it is not plated, coated, so that it shouldn't turn too gungy green.
Is it? Because mine is fucking manky.
Mine's not.
I just have dirty as fuck hands.
But yeah,
I deal with shitty cardboard boxes all day.
Device. Like at the price point, I'd say like if you know your shit in terms of like you've been vaping unregulated for a while, you're looking at getting a mech mod. You want something that's not going to break the bank, but you're still going to get a really good experience on. I'd say the Karma. It is a hybrid, so it is. You do have to respect the hybrid sort of safeties that are involved. But at the same time,
and that's why it's good. It comes with the Karma.
Yeah.
I mean the Tsunami, sorry.
Tsunami. But I mean, even if you look at the pin, the 510 pin on the Zeus, I don't know if you have yours handy. But the 510 pin on the Zeus is mentally long. Like, it's probably one of the longest ones I've seen apart from the battle.
Especially on a fucking RTA, dude. Like, that's...
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you could use it with. You're not limited to that Tsunami, and that's it.
Okay, so there's the... 1 second.
You need to put something... Yeah. It's not going to focus. It's focusing on your bag. Bring the thing back. No. Anyway, it's fucking massive.
Fuck. It's protruding as fuck.
So you're not going to have any issues there. And it's still going to be safe as fuck.
And I mean, it does match. It's a little bit proud, tool-wise, but it looks stunning on there.
So are you in the mornings, but that's fine.
Oh, mate. Every morning.
Jesus Christ.
Jess, we will sort that next week on the show. My bad. Apologies.
Came fucked up.
It was supposed to be last week, but family issues came up, so had to deal with those.
Yeah, anyway, we're pretty much done on time. We're sitting at 58 minutes, so we could pretty much call it whatever the fuck you want.
Next week on the show.
Oh, yeah, next week on the show. We do have... What do we have? We got the Luxottics and the Tobino. Of course, yours is green, so it doesn't come up.
Sorry, wait, there we go. There we go.
What else do we have, Cam?
I think we're gonna take a quick starting look at the Quit stick.
Yes, we will.
Just a small little smidgen prelim look at it. We've got those. When did you get yours, Tom? When did I get mine? Yesterday? No, Saturday.
That just passed.
Saturday. Friday. So yeah, we'll definitely be talking about those. Definitely something different, something new, something a bit innovative.
The first
and from New Zealand.
By the Ministry of Health and District Health Board of
DHB
New Zealand.
Currently.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Very, very interesting. And we will have somebody else on the show for the new segment as well. So we will send out some feelers out there on our Facebook page It'll be a Google Doc that you go into to be stuff I can run.
Or just message us and
Or message us
you know.
if you feel like being on the show. And that's about it. So on that note, we're going to finish the show in the usual fashion with some clouds. And we'll see you guys next week.
If anyone in Rotorua has symmetry, hit me up. I'm out. I need fucking symmetry, man.